That was a fail, big time. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. It is Logan Turner Fitness here, and obviously this is Lauren Turner, whatever you want to call her. Welcome back to another video with your favorite fit sibs. We are going to be taking you guys through, as you see this mess on our counter, stovetop. We're going to be taking you guys through what a meal prep Sunday looks like. Now, we personally don't meal prep each individual meal, but what we do is we make the foods in bulk and then weigh it out later through the week. So we got the beef, we got chicken, we got some green beans we're going to show you. That's pretty easy, we just microwave those. And then we have the jasmine rice that we are going to prep as well for the whole week. So that is what we wanted to do. It was her idea actually, so shout out to her for the idea on the video. And today we're going to be showing you guys how we season our foods, how we prep them, and how we cook them as well. So sit back, enjoy this video, make sure you guys leave a thumbs up. So step number one, we turn on the burners, alright? You gotta have some heat to cook the meat. I'm gonna use some olive oil spray. Now usually I would use regular just olive oil, but since I am dieting and I haven't really been tracking that lately, I'm gonna switch to the olive oil spray. When I'm bulking, I'm gonna use the olive oil for those healthy fats to get extra calories in. But when it is diet season and things are starting to pick up, I'm gonna always go to the spray because there's no calories in this. And if there is, it's very, very minimal that you don't really need to worry about tracking. So what we're gonna do is just spray a light layer on both of these pans. And we use frozen chicken just because it's easier to buy it in bulk. Now, if you guys have the means necessary, obviously fresh is always gonna be better, but we use frozen.
And this is the beef. I think you can get it at Walmart.
93.7 is what we're using for our diet. I love beef. If you guys want to eat beef, your number one goal is to build as much muscle as possible. Use a higher fat meat like an 85-15, 90-10, maybe even an 80-20 meat. And those healthy fats are going to help you get more calories in if you struggle to eat a lot of food. So the leanness of the meat and the cut of the meat that you choose all depends on what your goal is. I choose 93.7 usually just because I have no problem gaining weight or putting in calories. So I use the leaner source, which I still get a very good source of fats from that meat and a high protein content as well. So what I'll do is I'll take this lid right here and I'll throw this on top of the chicken. And since it is frozen, I don't season it yet. Once it gets a little bit cooked through, then I'll throw some seasoning on there. All right, so one thing I recommend, if you guys are gonna be eating rice, I highly recommend that you invest probably 50 bucks in a rice cooker. This thing right here is pretty damn awesome. It usually lasts me one thing of this a whole week, if not maybe a little bit more than a whole week. And it takes 45 minutes for the rice to cook. So what I'm gonna do is, what I usually do is I'll take the scale, I'll set this on here, let it zero out. What I'll usually do is I'll do about 800 grams of rice. And that was way too much. That was a fail, big time. All right, so 850, that's close enough. And now we have rice all over the floor. So note to self, don't do what I just did. I'm trying to keep this clean. So the next step then, it's pretty simple. You're just gonna add water. So I did 850 grams. So what I'll do is I'll add about a cup of water per 100 grams. So I'll do about 8.5 cups of water. I'll just fill this up. I'll take it over here. Turn the rice cooker on. White rice. 45 minutes and that'll be done. All right, so obviously you guys know, you saw my grocery haul video, we get these green beans and they come individually packaged like this. It depends if my sister's home or not, but usually this bag will not last much longer than a day in this house. We do eat our vegetables. But the nice thing about these is you don't really even have to meal prep them. What we do is you just throw it in the microwave, 7.5 minutes, and then strain them, season them. Very, very easy. Microwave anything is easy. And there's always a debate between fresh and frozen vegetables. A lot of studies actually show that the frozen vegetables are better unless you get them from the market and eat them the day that you buy them, just because the snap freezing the vegetables locks in all the nutrients, and over time fresh vegetables do lose their nutrients, and it's just easier. So we're just trying to make things simple. Obviously you guys see that we're prepping meats, rice, and beans, and everything else that we cook. Obviously I don't want to meal prep eggs because microwaved eggs are just not good. So I always cook those straight from the stove. My oatmeal obviously is microwave. My yogurt, definitely don't need to prep that. You just weigh it out. Almonds and fruit, we could prep that, but I usually just weigh it out whenever I'm ready to eat it or take it with me if I'm going somewhere. So this is like the gist of our meal prep and what we do every single week. As long as there's always a source of protein in the fridge, and vegetables, and then obviously our carb sources, which are my oatmeal and my rice, are my main carb sources. As long as those are ready for me to go, I have no problem weighing them out if I'm about to leave somewhere or eat. Alright, so it probably took about 10 minutes until this chicken was ready to be flipped. I like it to be almost cooked fully through before I season it. And then what I will do is I'll take these scissors right here and I'll cut them up into chunks and pieces, just because it's easier to eat that way. Alright, so as you can see, the beef is cooking up nice and good. Now there is still some that isn't cooked fully, but we are going to go ahead and season it anyways. So what we use to season the beef is garlic salt, which is what I use pretty much for everything, because this right here is like the magic season. I tell you what, she agrees. Garlic salt is the shit. So we're going to throw some of that on there. And that is basically the extent of how we season and prep our beef. So then we'll throw it in a Tupperware container and leave it in the fridge all week, take it out as we need it. All right, just like that, 7 minutes has passed and our green beans are done. So what I'm gonna do is cut this open, strain the water. Somehow fit these in this small container. And we lost quite a few. No. Take this magic seasoning again, throw it on there. And sometimes I'll use spray butter as well, but I usually just add that to the meal after I microwave it. And then I'll shake it up just to make sure it's all seasoned. And there you have it. There is your greens all made up for however long you need them. Now, that is why I said we only prep one. As long as there's something like this in the fridge at all times, things are good. So, simple as putting this in the microwave for 7 minutes, straining the water, and then putting some seasoning on it. That is the extent of our vegetable cooking. Lauren sometimes likes to eat asparagus, which she's not cooking right now, but I'm assuming she just cooks it on here, seasons it, and that's as simple as that too. Vegetables, you don't have to overthink them. All right, so as you guys can see, the chicken is pretty much thoroughly cooked through. I mean, when I cut this open, it's probably gonna be a little raw still, but it's enough to cut open. So let me switch my hands around, because I can't use my left hand for shit. So what I'll do is I'll just pick it up, and then I'll cut it into little bite-sized pieces. And then I'll do this for every single piece. And as you can see, it's not fully cooked through. And once I cut this up, I usually season it. And what I'll do is I'll season it, and then I'll flip things around, and then I'll season it again. All right, so for the chicken, what I like to use is Cajun. And I like really spicy food. As you guys know, I put hot sauce on everything. So I'll use Cajun, and I'll pretty much douse this chicken in some Cajun seasoning. The more seasoning, the better. You guys, I don't want to, just because I'm dieting, I don't want to eat food that doesn't taste good. So I'm going to use the seasoning. And then I also put this magic seasoning that I keep talking about on there as well. And I'll just spread this on here. And then I'll stir it up. And let it cook for about 5 more minutes. Let the seasoning seep into the chicken with the lid on top. And then that'll be round 1 of the chicken. And I usually cook this whole bag at once, which we got this at Sam's Club again. And this is, I think it's 6 pounds of chicken. So this 6-pound bag of chicken usually lasts me about 5 to 6 days. I quit using protein powder because the lower my calories get, the more real food I want to eat. I don't want to be drinking my calories as much. So I switched out my 1 scoop of protein post-workout with another 100 grams of chicken. So I'm eating a little bit more real food because it's going to keep me satiated for longer. So the finished product, this is what the chicken looks like after it is all cooked up. And as you can see, it looks delicious. So just like that, guys, you can see the rice is all finished, as well as the chicken. So as you guys can see, I don't know if you can see me, but we have all our meal prep is all done right here. So the rice, the chicken, the beef, and the beans, and it is simple as that. All right, guys, so we just want to say thank you so much for watching another video. Lauren joined me today to show you guys how we prep our meals for the week. Do you have anything to say to the fam?
Get your greens in.
Meal prep, this is a very simple way to do it. You guys can obviously go meal by meal if you want, but this is how we choose to do it. But like I said, I want to say thank you guys so much for tuning into another video. And if you guys enjoyed this video or helped you in any way, share it with a friend. Make sure you guys leave a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.